Hi Posh fam, welcome back to my channel Posh Cat Eyes Unfiltered and yet another episode of Married at First Sight Australia. We are on the pointy end of things, episode 29. We don't have long to go, probably 3-4 more episodes if that. Now, before we get into the episode or the talking points of tonight's commentary, first things first, a gentle reminder guys, seriously, again, thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I know we've grown a little bit in the last couple of days and I am so appreciative, and welcome to the Posh Fam train. Just go through my playlist. There will be something that will catch your fancy, that you will like, that will make you stay on. And for my existing subbies, again, you guys are the best. Thank you for riding the course with me and encouraging me to want to, improve on my vlogging style. Thank you. I do appreciate the show of support. However, though, I would like your likes to come on, your comment, and also as well as share this channel with your friend. It will mean the absolute world to me when you do so. Now, let's just get into the swing of things. That was episode 29. Now, at the start of episode 29, I actually had the feeling that by the end of the night, all but 2 couples will be exiting the show, because from their responses following their diary sessions on camera, it felt like they were all at their wit end and the cracks were insurmountable. They're beyond what they can control or what they can fix. And so I was sort of looking forward to the mass exodus at the commitment ceremony following the hot seat theatrics that's with the experts. So I was like, yeah, let me see how this is going to pan out if we have 3 couples exiting the show tonight, because that was exactly what it felt like. Now, I knew, or rather, I was unequivocally certain, according to Harrison, that Harrison was going to be exiting the show from last night's episode. I was super convinced because he made us believe that he was unequivocally going to be writing leave at the commitment ceremony. Bronte was a no-show. She had already said she wanted to go home. So I'm like, wow, thank God I might be giving my last commentary on this too. And I was really looking forward to it. Oh my God. To the point where I was going to be giving you verbatim Harrison's and Bronte's exit speech, because it's always dramatic with these two on the hot seat, and I was excited. It didn't last long, guys, and we're just going to get to find out why I'm saying this. It is typical them. I should not have fallen for their tricks. Again, I fell, but it is what it is with these two. At the moment, they are the drama that is the show, and so without them, I don't think probably will be still tuned on. I don't know, but however, let's just get in. And so we just straight into the hot room. The guys arrived first, followed by the ladies who followed behind. And it was set. The drama was set. Melinda and Layton, following the dinner party, those two were not seeing eye to eye. They did try to come through to some kind of truce. I'm not sure how that went, but they were the first on the hot seat and it didn't take long. Now we all know where their problem seemingly stemmed from, and that was the partner swap. And it was addressed by the experts. And this time the experts sort of supported Melinda's reasons, which I kind of find a little bit biased, because the reason I feel the experts are supporting it is because producers want you to do what they say. You signed a contract, right? And so Layton, his refusal to participate shows you're kind of breaching your contract and you're not making it interesting for producers, because when you do what they say, it's ratings gold, and it's designed to actually cause chaos, not to give your relationship life. It is actually to disrupt whatever is going on in your situation. And so the experts were like blaming Layton for not following through with the experiment, and also not supporting his wife with the experiment. Now, producers, why didn't you pair these two with some other couple? There was Ollie and Tahnee you could have paired them with. Even Alyssa and Duncan could have been a good pair for these two, but you had to choose their arch enemy, Harrison and Brontë. And so we knew for a fact whatever challenge or whatever good was going to come out from this challenge of partner swapping was definitely not going to work for these two, Melinda and Layton, as well as Harrison and Bronte. No way. We all know Harrison and Bronte are faking it for the cameras because they want to become brand influencers once they leave the show. And it was just very straightforward. I felt the experts were like supporting Melinda just because Layton had refused twice, to participate in the challenge. But the good thing, however, was the fact that Layton did take accountability, he took responsibility for his actions and came to terms with the lack of support that was shown by him, or that wasn't shown by him to his partner. And he's looking forward to correcting that during the homestay that is this week, because the next challenge is homestay, which is coming up tonight. And so it was, for me, a hit or miss, because I really thought one of them was going to be writing leave. At the end of the day, their decision was, we're going to stay on the experiment and give it another hot crack and work at our problems, which is a bit huge at the moment. There's not long to go, so I don't know how much they have in terms of fixing this, problem that is before them. But I'm glad they have written stay, and let's see what happens during, because Layton is actually moving to Brisbane because that's Melinda's homestay. Looking forward to this. Next up on the couch, Ollie and Tahnee. Now we know Ollie and Tahnee, these two have been going on really well, really strong all through this experiment. The only spoiler alert is the fact that they seemingly have got this sort of relations, like family link outside of the show, which they only found out the first day they met, and it was strange for the both of them. Well, I'm glad that it's not blood relation, okay? I don't know what, because that would have been wild. And so I was really, really surprised. I was taken aback when Ollie revealed that he struggled this week. And again, it was seemingly from the partner swap challenge, and that his insecurity was, came to the fore and gave him a lukewarm attitude towards his partner. He went into his shell and kind of isolated himself from his partner. And Tahnee agreed that he wasn't the same guy that she's always known him to be. And that was also a surprise to her. The fact that they were able to walk around what was going on around between them and walk through it and coming out on the other side, feeling better, feeling stronger, knowing that they're already having the conversation of what happens outside of the show. And so, not surprised, but surprised that Ollie sort of became a little bit vulnerable this time. And I was like, okay, dude has got it. So, their decision, no surprise again. They are both staying. Homestay is going to be fun for these two. And I cannot wait to see how they have been able to have the conversation into progressing into the outside world with their relationship. So I'm really looking forward to this. And yeah, next up, and this was again Evelyn and Rupert. They were up on the couch. And now I'm not sure what to say with this regarding this too, because it was just a little bit crazy. Basically, Evelyn got on the couch, and then one thing that she's good at, like I said, her storyline here is being the accountability officer, holding everyone accountable for their actions. And I find it a little bit hypocritical, because she has not revealed anything of significance since coming onto this show. We have not seen her relationship progress, or we have not seen any real communication between these two. And for you to just be here sitting up every day pointing fingers at others is just a little bit hypocritical. And I was like, I'm not a fan of this. What's going on here? Anyway, she had a speech to deliver to Bronte, Bronte's partner, to which the experts gave her the airtime. She tried, and there's one thing that is, I should not laugh at this, but has anyone noticed the way she has her mouth in pouts? Like, I'm not even doing it properly, but it's just every time. And this time became so poignant because she's got on a beautiful red lippy on, and I was like, not this lippy thing again, can we give it a rest? And so she tried to call out Harrison's bullshit. For me, girl, that is not a decision to make. That is not your call. Focus on your relationship. That is for the experts to do, not you. You are not a clinical psychologist, neither are you a sex therapist, neither are you nothing, or a counselor. None of those. So what is your problem? What is your problem? And it kind of just went downhill because everyone was sort of bickering and arguing, and so the expert had to reel it in and call it like, we should stop. Now tell us about your relationship. Apparently they're not exactly doing well, they are finding faults, but they are getting there. Pretty much that's what I'm going to say about this too, because at the end of the day, that decision will be to stay on and get to do the homestay challenge, and I cannot wait to see what happens there, because it looks like it's going to be juicy for Rupert. We'll find out tonight. And so next up on the hot seat is Cameron and Lyndall. Now we saw what happened at the dinner party, but apparently something magical happened within the hours after the dinner party up until the commitment ceremony, because somehow they were able to have a talk that sort of changed Lyndall's mind. Because I don't know, now if you watch the episode that I recapped on, it was pretty clear Cameron wasn't going to budge. It was pretty clear from my point of view that Cameron wasn't into this relationship or into Lyndall. Like, he was done. Just with all of the excuses he brought forward as a reason why the relationship was not going to thrive outside of the experiment. And all of a sudden, Lyndall is giving him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, what is going on? She did complain to say, the way you address things is so black and white, there's no gray. To which Mel, one of the experts, was like, yeah, we are recommending you for accepting that you only see things black and white, but we want you to see a bit of the grays. And I'm like, this guy just, well, I don't know. Lyndall is willing to, I'm not even sure if it's long distance relationship, how this is going to work, because the guy said I won't even have service network to contact you. So she's just going to be in a relationship all by herself. Is that what it is? But anyway, I am looking forward to the homestay, because at this point, Lyndall will be traveling to the bush. And so she gets to experiment life in the bush and see how that will work for them. However, at the decision on the hot seat, they are both staying. And they are both staying. Cameron is all well too excited to show off his home and how his lifestyle has been shaped by living in the bush to Lyndall. And I cannot wait for the drama, because guys, there's going to be drama from this. You know what I mean. City girl meets bush boy. What could go wrong, right? A few cockroaches running around there, a few rats and rodents, and who knows, maybe snakes. I cannot wait to unpack the episode. And this leads us to the next couple that were asked on the hot seat, and that is Duncan and Alyssa. Guys, I don't know, man, but I am really sick and tired of Alyssa's drama. I'm just sick and tired, but I'm going to run the commentary straight up. They wanted to find out how their week was following the partner swap, to which Alyssa was prepared to fake it till she made it through the hot seat. Okay, but then Duncan was like, we ain't faking it, we're going to see exactly what happened. He revealed the emotional conversation they had once Alyssa had left her emergency partner for the week, and the conversation didn't really go well. But in the end, Alyssa walked off under the guise of going to see her kid, and he felt abandoned in that moment and became emotional. Now, Alyssa heard everything, but the only thing she picked out of that conversation was he cried. And she was like, that is a big emotion to express and not share with me. Like, how dare you cry and I don't know that you're crying? How dare you cry without me being there? Why would you cry without my permission? Oh, God. And then Alexandro, the expert, was like, well, yeah, he's just sharing it with you, you know, now. Like, that's the point of this hot seat, is to share those things we feel we're uncomfortable sharing when we are together. But when we're in a group setting, it's easier to share because we need the feedback. And she said, no, she did not share with me. He shared with you, Alexandro. And I'm like, girl has gone sassy with the expert now. Like, really? Is Alexandro in your pants too, girl? Calm down. Like, seriously. Take your vodka and sip a little bit and stop talking because you're annoying. They went back and forth. Then, you know what? The emotional blackmail. She started crying. You should have told me you were crying too. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, make this go away. Make these two go away. They have to go away. And how they both wrote stay is beyond me, because after all of these shenanigans, Duncan is willing to stay on the experiment to see it through. Alicia is also willing to stay on the experiment, and I'm like, guys, get me out of here. There ain't no way these guys are staying here because they are happy together. They probably just want the most of this show, get more time, and just be done with it. This is ridiculous now. Like, I am like, what is this joke? But then it gets better, guys, because the final couple of tonight was none other than Bronte and Harrison. God. I was gearing up for an epic night, like, because the way they even walked in and sat separately, I thought, yes, this is it. I need to hear Bronte's goodbye speech. I cannot wait to raise my glass and clap for her, even though I was going to be drinking water. And the pent-up drama or suspense just left me reeling in my couch. Basically, at the end of the night, I was just laughing at myself because I had this much suspense waiting, and I've been left hanging. Like, it's like, take this ice cream, but I'm just gonna give you a drop and that's it. These two went back and forth. Harrison obviously has set boundaries, or he made a mistake in not setting boundaries. And one of his boundaries was, if you say you're going home, we're done. And the other boundary is, if you're not putting in the work, we are done. And so I made the mistake of not setting this boundary with Bronte, because now I'm sort of living the nightmare that is she making the decision to stay 1 minute and go the next minute and not go. I'm like, what is this? And you know, the funny thing is, Bronte sort of agreed. Yeah, I think so too. You should have set the boundary. Now I'm going to stay. Don't worry, I will stay forever. Harrison, as long as it takes, I will be here. Bullshit. There wasn't anything concrete. There wasn't anything new from these two. The theatrics just continues. They are just there to just, like, make a mockery of the show. I'm not joking. They are just making a mockery of the experts in the show. Bronte claims, I'm not being emotionally blackmailed. Harrison claimed that Bronte is trying to defame his character by speaking ill of who he is to, by Bronte speaking or Bronte saying that defamatory things about his character to her family. And I'm like, what is going on? What is the character defamation? What are we talking on here? Most of the things Bronte is saying you have done. To which Lyndall actually called him, like, you're lying right now, because you did say Bronte is fake, the relationship is fake, Bronte is just pretending, she just wants to stay so she can take me to Perth to show me her body in a bikini. And I'm like, what? And when they confronted Harrison with this, he's like, I cannot recall. I love the fact that he just has a way with words. This dude was just smooth. Nah, I cannot recall. And then Melinda was like, well, you also said something and you lied here and you did this. You said that about Bronte. And he said, yes, I did say all of those. And they were all damaging things. And they asked him, don't you think you're also defaming Bronte's character? He's like, no. So it's all about Harrison. Every other person can wait, okay? It's me. It's my turn. And so the decision came, because I was really looking forward to how this was going to end. And no surprise. Or should I say surprise? I don't know what to say, because Bronte wrote stay. She wants to stay, and she wants to show her homestay to Harrison. And I was like, I can't. And Harrison revealed, what are you going to do? Leave or stay? Yeah, I'm also going to stay. What's the reason for staying? Because I don't know. And they asked them, what is the reason for staying? Yeah, because giving up is actually easier than staying. I'm like, okay. Makes sense in theory. But not with the two of you. Okay? Not the two of you. So stop the gospel, because it's not working. And this is where it ends tonight, guys. I cannot wait to unpack the homestays with you, because that kicks off tonight. But I hope you might get this tonight. Otherwise, it will be uploaded in the morning. But then, thank you so much for watching up until this end. I'm losing sunlight, and I hope you can still get a good visual from what I'm doing now. This is my mobile space, heading home after work. In the meantime, stay focused, guys, and be safe.